When we talked at San Diego Comic-Con, you couldn't even tell me your character's name in this movie. Everything was still a secret. Now can you give me an introduction to Egan?
Egan Darvis is a bard. He's an entertainer. He's a party planner of sorts. And he's a great time.
I can't wait to see him in action. Now, I know in D&D there's classes, and every class has its advantages and disadvantages and abilities. Everybody in the movie's playing a different kind of character. Was there any class envy, anybody who wanted to get a shot at the other person's powers?
I don't think so. I was really happy playing my lute and dancing, and Justice was really happy doing really bad sorcery, and Michelle was kicking ass and taking names, as she's wont to do. So I think everybody was kind of stoked.
I can't wait to see all that in action, man. So if this was a D&D game unfolding on a table right in front of us, how big of a table do you think it would have to be to tell the story of this movie?
I mean, the entire city of Austin, man. It's a complex, awesome, fun film. It's got a good heart. It's got great big explosions. It's got comedy for days. You know, I think it's just got a lot of good things going for it.
That's why we go to the movies.
That's it, man.
Good to see you again.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, I'm happy. I'm about to see Dungeons & Dragons. I'm pretty damn hyped.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, this is my first time. Have you seen it yet?
Good, yes, I have.
What was it like to watch Dungeons & Dragons for the first time?
It was amazing for me. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's experience will be different. I don't know, you know? I can't wait to see how you feel about it.
No, I remember at San Diego Comic-Con, you guys came by the studio. We didn't even know your characters' names yet. Everything was a big secret. We could finally talk a little bit about it. So can you give me an introduction to who you're playing, the class, the abilities? Come on.
My character is Holga Kilgore.
Okay.
And she is a barbarian. And, you know, she's not like, she's really good at fighting and stuff, but, you know, she's got issues.
I mean, we all do, you know.
Yeah, let's just say, you know, the whole family's got issues. We're like derelicts that, like, meet each other, you know, and it kind of reminds me of the Yellow Brick Road and, like, you know, that whole bit. Because I think everybody discovers their own, you know, true power by the end of it.
So I heard you guys played after you played a game that you told the story of what happens after the movie together. How big of a table did you need? Like, what was going on there? Tell me about what that experience was like to play with everybody from the movie.
It was cool. We got to learn a lot about each other, you know? Everybody's personality comes out, you know? I had fun. It was great.
Has Vin let you play with him yet?
You know what? It's not about that. I won't play him.
Oh, you won't play him?
He's a dungeon master, bro. He's got a closet full of books from top to bottom. I mean, the guy's a monster when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, I'd love for him to be the dungeon master of an adventure that we have, but me and, you know, Vin can't play by ourselves. You know, I got to get the kids into it. I got to get my godchildren into it. If I get the godchildren into it, I know he'll play.
So tell me about the Red Wizards are the bad guys in this one, which is interesting because there's so many monsters you could choose from in the world of D&D. I talked to your writers and directors about the choice. I'd love to hear from you. What was it like having them as the antagonists of the story?
It's pretty hardcore because it's almost like you have this kind of what do you call it when you have like the horizon of all powers that you're going up against? I mean, that's the thing about the wizards. They can pull out a card and wipe you all out at once, and it's kind of annoying. Like in a game, I don't know if you've ever played and then like had a situation where like you're up against one of these dark wizards and they do one of those tricky magical things and you're like, oh, come on, really, dude? What am I supposed to do with an axe? Like against that? Like really? Come on now.
You have a big couple months too, because you have this and then just a couple months later you have Fast 10. How do you balance these next couple weeks? How exciting is this for you?
It is super exciting and it's getting back out there for sure. But you know what? I'm just stoked. I get to, you know, double promote, you know, the movies that I've done this year.
Well, I can't wait to see it. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope so. I think it's going to be fun. Thank you. Congrats. Fellas, last time we talked was at San Diego Comic-Con. We didn't even know the characters' names yet. We're finally here the night we're going to see the movie. Now that you can talk a little bit about Dungeons & Dragons, what are you really excited that's in this film for people to see and experience?
I mean, I'm excited to be in the theater with people as they hopefully unanimously are shocked by it being a film that they did not expect.
Yeah, I mean, that the scope of it, the adventure and action, and also just that there's laugh out loud and there's emotion. I mean, people are really going to feel something at the end of this movie, I hope, and I think they won't expect that.
I can't wait to see it. Now, I know you guys have red wizards as your bad guys in this one, and I'd love to hear about the choice, why those are your antagonists here, because there's so many things you could choose from in this world of D&D where you create your own adventure. What was it about the red wizards where you're like, these are the guys we want to use?
We put a bunch of villains on paper in a top hat, and we picked the red wizards randomly. No, I mean, I think that there's a lot to them, and they've got this leader, Zastam, that is really formidable and scary, and we just thought that it was a cool aesthetic design for them, and they just seem like formidable foes.
And now my last question for you, in the era where everybody wants a universe and a franchise, I know you think about just one movie at a time, but are you planting seeds? Are you already fantasizing about where you could go, how you can expand this if this is a big success, which we all hope it is?
We didn't plant any seeds, but if we're lucky enough to make another one, then I think there's so many places to go. We've created these great characters who we would love to see where they are in a year or two.
We're also very superstitious, so we don't like to talk about it.
I respect that. Well, thank you so much. I'm happy to support you guys on this one.
Good to see you.
Thanks, guys.